better picture of that elbow that she made that I don't think I really got a good shot of the other night.
I didn't make that elbow.
Excuse me, the way she made the pieces match the elbow, right?
Well, they didn't. They don't really match.
No, but they kind
They're
of
the wrong
work.
size. But that's okay. Meyer made that. That's pretty awesome.
And it works.
Yeah.
And she's got new stuff out there. What have you got out there?
I took a old piece of galvanized pipe that somebody had thrown away. It's actually double walled. I think it's actually for gas, but I don't care. The outside is galvanized. The inside was aluminum, which is why I think it was probably for gas. But at any rate, I took it, and when we go out there, I can show you what I did.
Yeah, but
basically,
I can see part of it.
cut. Let me see if I've got a piece of it or if I used it all up. I probably used it all up because it is me.
There's something on the stove.
Okay, so in order to make an elbow out of... Okay. Sometimes I have made elbows in the past out of a number 10 can. This was a piece of number 10 can that Meyer had put that together with. Okay, so what you do is if you want to make an elbow out of a number 10 can, you go to the middle of the section and you cut like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just fold it in on itself.
Oh, okay. So you cut like a half circle.
You cut
out?
like a circle. It's
half circle.
Well, let me see if I got a pencil. No, I'm not gonna have a pencil.
Of course not.
I'm showing them with my finger on the tin.
I know,
Can you
I
not
can
follow people?
Yeah,
Follow! Like that. You
Yeah.
cut like that. And you just keep doing it until you get enough of it to fold in on itself.
Aha.
And then you take my old favorite. Oh, here's a piece. There you go. There's the other. That's the inside. That was the aluminum piece. And of course, I just kept whittling away on it. So I got all kinds of little stuff sitting around. But there you go. Okay. So you just take that size piece out of there. And then you fold it up. And then you can use
plumber's tape.
my old friend plumber's tape to make a bracket so that it connects it. And I also wound up using the galvanized piece I cut off on it to hold it in place. So before we go out there, I want to show you some of the stuff I did in here today. Okay, because talk about a Michigas mess. So I went to put these lights up, and they have one of those stupid fucking fuse things in the plug that's supposed to be oh so safe, that never lasts more than a season or two, blow out, and then you put the other fuse in that came with it, because you only get one extra fuse. It blows out in about 10 minutes. This son of a bitch doesn't work, and you can never get replacements for them, because by then everybody has changed the light system. So first, I tried to do something you should never do, but it almost worked. And it would have worked if I would have kept dicking with it and didn't get worried that I was going to burn something up. Which is, you can take goddamn foil or a piece of aluminum or copper and bridge the gap and just bypass the fuse. Don't do that at home, children. But what I do is every time I have an appliance or somebody else throws an appliance away, I cut the cord off of it, because you can always use those cords, okay, for any number of things. So I had a great big, because it had the fuse, there was a ground wire, which means that even though it normally uses a 2-prong plug, I needed a 3-prong plug. So I went to my box of discarded appliance cords, and I found this one, okay?
3-prong.
It's a 3-prong, it's super heavy duty. Okay, and I spliced them in, ponytailed them. If you don't know what ponytailing is, maybe one day I'll show you. But I ponytailed them all together. And so now I have this little light strand running on this really big heavy duty cord.
That's cool.
And it's lit all of these all the way up, across, around the bell, going down. And then I hooked this over here to our Hanukkah. Now our Hanukkah, right now, because we're getting ready for the first night, which is Thursday, I've got the middle one and this one lit. Now this Hanukkah was made out of scrap lumber when my son had not yet bar mitzvahed, so it was a long time ago. because he's nearly 40 now, and they bar mitzvah at 13. So we made it out of boards that had been thrown away on a work project that I had done. They were like 1 by 12. They weren't in the best shape. In fact, you can see where I used wood putty to fill some holes in them. I put them together, I laminated them, I cut all this out with jigsaw, and then I just routed stuff into it because I wanted to. It's basically a tree of life. So, and then I wired it with bell wire, and I just found the little things. We've never changed them out. They work perfectly good. This is not the original set of bulbs, but these are the ones we like better. But at any rate, so that's one of the things I hooked up, and it's hooked up to that cord.
That same cord all the way
that
through.
anchor cord there. Okay, because we're trying to make this into a place. You know, we've got the heater going right now, and now it's mostly drafting. I will show you later what I'm going to do to make sure that it actually drafts. It drafts even better. I'll show you a couple of hacks, but I'm not going to do that today because I don't want to. Also, the pipe is already hot, and you can't do either one of those unless you can get your hands on it.
There you go. You want to show them the outside of it now? Okay, I'm going to turn off.
Okay, so I took it, I bent it. If she'll get over here, you can see where I used the plumber's tape to draw it together. Of course, my real problem is that none of the pipe are the same size. So I will fix most of that, and I will show you how I do that with aluminum foil. I anchored it, I've got it wired, and I anchored it. I did not do a sharp angle because I just assumed it was further away from my wall.
Right.
So I just went ahead and left it at that angle. You can pull it in by making a bigger circle in your pipe. You can pull it in
to a 90 degree.
Is that a 90?
90 degree, yeah.
Yeah, 90 degree angle. So, at any rate, but you can see this whole section was thrown away by somebody. Huh. So I just decided to go ahead and make an elbow.
Well, and it's got a cap and everything, so
it's
yay.
It's got a cap and everything, so. And it's double walled, so. Yeah. Of course, it's in a single wall, but there you go.
There you go.
It'll work.
It'll work.
It'll work.
It'll work. It'll do.
It'll do, pig. It'll do. But yeah, that's.
That is cool.
It's working. You can tell the fire is burning hot enough now that there's hardly any smoke coming out.
Yep.
That's when you know you've got a good fire because it's burning up its own smoke.
Yep.
And then, of course, you do things. I don't know if I showed you this. You do things, and then all of a sudden you realize that didn't really work, and you constantly have to go in and make adjustments, especially when you're doing shit that nobody else has done, or they've never done it in your space, and there's no plans. Okay, so remember when I made these and I put these up this summer? They're all currently full. Well, what happened that I didn't think about was even though I put my 4x4s in cement, what happened was because the back is way under the eaves and does not get wet, and because the front is in one of the wettest parts of the yard, the damn thing shifted forward, which isn't a huge problem if you can stop it.
Right.
If you can't stop it, it's going to become a huge problem. So I have a 20-ton jack that I keep in the storm shelter. We'll talk about that later. Needless to say, it has something to do with my amazing paranoia. But, so what I did was I got the 20-ton jack out, I jacked these tanks up, and I made these. They're a broader foot, and they go up into it, and then I set it back down, and now I actually raised them by, believe it or not, because you can see this sharp angle.
Yeah.
I actually raised them in the front by 4 inches when I did that. So they were about to go down. But because they shifted, the things I've done on the top now don't match up.
Oh, really?
So I'm fixing them with some silicone. But right now I need to get a piece of plastic because this pipe has a flange on the back of it. It's going to make it leak otherwise. So that's what I'm doing right now, looking for a piece of plastic to stick on the back of it. Yay! It's always something.
It's always something.
At least we're not bored. Some of you fuckers are bitching that you're bored. I don't have enough time to be bored.
No, no.
Stressed the fuck out, yes, but bored, no. So until next time, don't do anything stupid.